Righto, off wheel time. So we're going to get these wheels off because the tyres on these are the ones 13 years old. Going to put the wheels that were on the RS Liberty back on, okay, because this is going to do brakes on this now, start cleaning that up, I'm going to sell it. And I've got to get tyres for the original RS Liberty wheels. I went to get them the other day but I ran out of time. So these original wheels will go back on to the Liberty and I'm going to sell that soon. So it's getting brakes and I've got new shifter knuckles to tighten up the shifters in both cars because both of them, the bushes have gone. So we're going to do, yeah, get started in that Liberty. That'll be another video soon. But for today, it's wheels. I'm pretty sure that we're going to have to roll the guards on this, but it's better to do it now before we do paint. So anyway, more on the WRX. Righto, wheel day, and I love wheel day. So the wheels that were on the wife's wagon, that's another story all in itself. I quite like them. They've, I wasn't too sure. On video they don't really look as good as what I'd like, but they actually suit it. The offset is a little bit pokey, but I'm gonna get the wheel roller, the guard roller now, which is here, and we're going to roll the guard on the other side. So yeah, I like them. It's given it a better look, that's for sure. This car's getting there. I'm pretty happy. See, this wheel got smashed and it got fixed and it's not the best, so I'm going to look for another set online. Hopefully I can find one with a smashed wheel to replace the two back ones. That one's got a little dent in it on the other side and this one here is a bit rough. But for this car, because I'm going to use it and drive it and enjoy it, it's yeah. Do you want to see my mats again? I'm so happy with my daughter. I must admit. Oh. Look at that. It looks good. You know, it's just those little things that make it sweet. I've ordered a gauge pod for up the top here, and you've got to do little interior stuff, stereo. She's starting to get there though, this thing. Very happy. Have you met Buddy? Wait, where's your ball? That's Buddy. She's got a ball somewhere. She actually fetches the ball and brings it back to me. It's pretty cool. Cat dog, isn't it? Yeah? Where's your ball? You find it? I don't know. Okay, you look for it and we'll play. Righto, let's roll these guards. Anyone that's ever used one of these guard rollers knows the pain. So you put it there and it rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls, and then you got to tighten this up a bit, and then you got to adjust that, and you got to get it like it started to go. See, it started to, I don't know if you can see it. You don't want to roll it all the way down here, but yeah, just sort of where the wheel's gonna go. But yeah, they're a pain in the ass, and a lot of the time you got to use a heat gun here, which will heat the paint, and then it won't crack the paint. But we're going to paint this car, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, and when you get to this bit here where the guard is, it's the wheel still will scrub just here, so you got to hit that in with a hammer and make the best of it and not break the tabs. But there's nothing else we can really do but do it on front guards, like down the front there. You got to be real gentle because you can very quickly make a knife edge on it and make it really bad. So if that doesn't scrub, I'm getting old, I'm not really planning on lowering this thing real low, so it's not going to matter, but it will scrub a little bit in the back here. But I'm happy with how this thing's coming up for such a cheap car. And yeah, I've got a blow-off valve to fit today too. I just bought a cheap one. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it was only 40 bucks or something. It was so cheap. But yeah, this stuff's old technology now, and it's not a big horsepower thing. So yeah, just want the noise, as we all do. But yeah, so righto, I'll get this done and get that on. I'm going to have to replace this tyre. It was going down, but that's the tyre that was on it when the rim got damaged. But as you guys know, I don't drive my cars that much anyway, so it's not going to matter. I'm just happy to have it to play with. I'm going to get stuck into these brakes too on that Liberty. So anyway, yeah, rolling. I don't know how much of that you'll be able to see, but you see where it's come in now. See how that's like that, and then yeah. But anyway, put this wheel on and see how much it clears. It pumps it a little bit out too, like the actual. So you'll get a little bit of the body too. You gain about 5 mil there, plus the 10 mil of the lips. It gives you 10 or 15 mil, I suppose. But it is what it is. It's just hard when the offset is what it is, and you can't really machine the back of the wheel to bring it in a bit further because the front's only just clear the caliper as it is. So anyway, it'll be all right. It's, yeah, just something that you do. And then, yeah, so I don't know if you can see on this one where the lip's still there. Can you see that? Sort of brings it back to that edge there. So, and then when you look at the side of that, see how it sort of looks very flush? I don't know how much if you're going to be able to see it on camera, but then see when you look at that now, it's sort of, it's out just a touch, gives you just that little bit more. It's a case of that little bit and that little bit gives you a lot and enough. I don't know if that made any sense, but anyway, it is what it is. Well, that's that. It's sort of, yeah, the fitment's on point now. It's pumped it just that little bit on the actual guard. So on here, just a little bit out, and the lip gone, so that should be good. When it gets painted, I'll do just that little bit more finishing off and stuff. The problem that you end up with by doing that is underneath there, as it lips up, you end up with a gap like that where dirt can go in. So when I paint the car, I'll actually pull that off. I'll get in behind there, rust convert it, clean it, wire brush inside it, and then probably get fiberglass filler, and where it's lipped up and the dirt can go in, I'll actually fill it with filler so it's actually full and dry, and then it can't gather dirt on that lip and then rust it out. So, but yeah, I'm happy with that. I really like the way those wheels, I wasn't too sure about putting these wheels on it, but I might play around with that side skirt now actually, but I'm happy with them. It just cleans it up. It's good. This car's coming up mint. I'm going to do STI bonnet scoop, and I'm probably going to buy the rear window wing. I've got a big STI rear spoiler, but I don't think I'm going to put it on it. But yeah, got a little bit of dents and stuff obviously, but yeah, I think the other side skirt's just out here. Look at that, an AU. I don't get bugger all of these anymore, but that one come in last night. Yeah, it runs, it just doesn't, the gearbox is rooted, but it's a, I'll show you actually. I've got, where do I start? Okay, so everyone loves an old 1-tonner. You know, HQ, JZ, X 1-tonners, and they're all pretty tough. But old guys like me have an affinity with them and love them, whereas the young blokes coming through AU 1-tonners, VY 1-tonners, BA 1-tonners and BF 1-tonners, I'm going to steer clear of VZ 1-tonners. I may buy one because I do have one good alloy tech over there that I can do an engine swap if I buy one, but build some old school style 1-tonners but in your late model 1-tonner. So I bought this 1-tonner the other day. I don't know, you old guys will probably remember Captain Cusso, Victor Bragg, Captain Cusso. Captain Cusso was the first guy to do donuts at the Summer Nats on the burnout strip. But anyway, I went out there to do a tow for another mate, and then ended up, I bought this off him. So this is just the first of the new school 1-tonners to build old school stuff. So the tray will go, build a tray, you know, like big weld wheels or Pro Stars on the back with the guards, and then run a big deep dish 15 and a 17 on the front, and reverse cow scoops and all that sort of stuff. Mad paint jobs, wood trays. So build some new school 1-tonners in old school style. You know, and they'll be sort of the cash cows as I start doing the restoration stuff, because I'll accumulate 5 or 10 of them to be able to do, you know, do interiors in them and stereos and all that sort of stuff, because young blokes will be able to drive them on their P plates and they'll be a pretty cool sort of jigger. So that AU there will end up being a parts car for those 1-tonners, because I'll get another couple of AU ones, and then, yeah, anyway, just a insight into the future of how I'm gonna keep this rolling once I stop doing the towing. So yeah, but anyway, what's next? Blow off valve. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so that's the original blow off valve. I've had to buy an adapter plate, which is that, but then that's the blow off valve that I bought, and I don't think there's going to be room by the time well, there might just be, or maybe not. I might have to undo the coil, move the coil pack this way a touch to get it to fit. I really want it to sit that way. Anyway, let's see what it's going to do. It's only a cheap one, so a lot of the times they have a thing that comes off and it sits over here, so I might have to actually make up a piece. But I do have some other bits and pieces that come in one of the kits. Let's have a look, see what I can do. Well, that's a bit annoying. Like, okay, so the coil pack pretty much won't fit anymore because it fails with that. And then I'm pretty sure that that little bit just there, I don't know if you can see it, I think that's the hole from the intercooler coming out. So I don't think the adapter plate actually works. I'll have to make another plate that goes behind the adapter plate to, I don't know. Can't win sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to pull this off and just see if that is the, I think that is, so it's just going to have a boost leg straight out of there. It's one of those things, you don't want to spend a heap of money because you're a tight ass, well I am. So you just wasted the money. Anyway, alright, pull that off, have a look. I might have to actually make a piece and then mount it somewhere else. Sometimes you can't miss a trick, but in saying that, wheels are on point. I'm happy with that. There's that side skirt, all the clips are actually there and the bolts are still underneath for them, so I'm just going to get some washers. So that's positive. So yeah, anyway, we'll get there. What are you doing, buddy? Hey, did you find your ball? No, it's a hammer. It's obviously not very bright, but it is a cat after all, so yeah. There's no way that fits. Like, no matter which way I put it, it doesn't fit. Like, if you put it that way, sorry, that way, right, it just doesn't fit at all. Like, it's just, yeah. And then if you try and put it that way, it definitely doesn't fit. So that's just annoying. I don't really like this intercooler anyway. I always intended, I don't want to put a front mount on it. I have no interest in putting a front mount. I think I'm going to go and buy one of the big aftermarket intercoolers to put on there, and then we'll revisit the blow off valve setup when the new intercooler turns up, because I do want to put one. It just forces my hand to buy a new intercooler. So yeah. Woo! I'm actually quite happy to buy a new intercooler. They're only a couple $100, so I'll do that and then see where it sits, and then from there, with what I've got, I'll make up the adapter and that to run the blow-off valve. So, righto, here we go. Let's go order some parts. Time to prep the RS Liberty to sell it. I just bled the brakes because they were average from when I first got it. I just drove it around with shitty brakes. Just having a look underneath it. So that's obviously brake fluid. I'm about to pressure wash the whole underneath of this thing. All the rear shafts are good. There's no oil leaks. I've noticed there's one boot, the inner boot here is cracked. There's no real bad oil leaks or anything. I'm going to degrease it and pressure wash the Jesus out of it. The shifter, I've bought brand new coupling here for the shifter because the shifter's really loose in this thing. I've got a brand new one of them for this and one for the WRX as well. But yeah, I'm just going to go through. Like, it's really good, this car. Like, all the pinch welds are perfect. It's just such a good car. But can't keep them all, and I'm starting to realise that I can't store them all and look after them the way they deserve to be. It's still got all standard exhaust on it and everything, this thing. So I'm going to go through, pressure wash it all, give it a really good clean underneath, and then work my way up, clean it and sell it. I'll have to get a boot for that 1CV shaft. The brakes seem to work now. Steve just called in and helped me bleed them, which was great. But yeah, so the RS Liberty, I've got the standard wheels. I've got the standard wheels there to put back on it. So I'm going to throw some tyres on it. They run a 205/60/15 on them. I'd have to go and buy tyres, but I've got 205/65/15s, which is an extra little bit. They won't look as good, but I'm guessing anyone that gets this thing will probably want to put performance tyres on it, or they'll put wheels on it or whatever. But I'm going to put the standard wheels back on just with good tyres that I've got for it to go. I've got to go through. I might have to pull a lot of the tint off. But yeah, I'll get it as good as I can. And yeah, it's be up for sale. I think the market on them, I could be wrong, is about 15 grand for something like this that's mint, untouched. I'm going to try and get a new under bonnet cover I'm going to do some paint on the boot lid, on the spoiler. Other than that, the paint's good all the way around. It's pretty good. It's just on that back section. There's a couple of scratches on the rear tail light. I don't want to pull it apart too far because it is so original, but it needs to go to someone that's going to really love it and look after it, which that, I do love it, but I'm just not going to look after it the way it deserves. So, got to be realistic. So it's got to go. So, righto, what's it going to do? Clear the floor out a bit so it's easy to sweep the water out, do some degreaser. I think today, if I can get it clean and get that shifter piece in, I'll have to order the boot and I'll fit some tyres. Mad. This is cleaning up so good. Like, I thought I'd stop pressure washing and show you, like, see up in here where it's all just coming mint, and then on this back floor where the dirt was, you can see all the paint there where it's mint. It's going to come up so nice underneath this car. So I'm just working my way through now, pressure washing heaps and just getting it so it's really, really clean. So it's going to be great. I'll have to scrub it. It'll take a couple of goes, but it is that sort of car though. You can see there where I've pressure washed and it's coming back to the white floor. So I'll keep going and I'll show you where it ends up. See there? Compared to that side. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I'm excited though. But anyway, we'll keep cleaning and see where she ends up. See how through there where it's like all white again. Because I haven't done that much work this car and it's just bloody good. And I'm glad because it's a, yeah, pretty rare sort of car. Anyway, we'll keep cleaning and I'll show you where she ends up. Well, my boots are wet and my socks and the floor and everything else. But anyway, they come up good. Like, I'm guessing you can see the difference in it. I can go from this way so you can see better. See how clean that floor is now. I'm not going to bother painting stuff under here. I just wanted it to be clean. Like, it's just not filthy anymore. Floor's actually white. I'll wait for it to dry and I'll replace that shifter piece there. But yeah, she's good. So just got to do that boot. And I may touch up underneath these. These are factory, but they're yellow obviously, so I might just mask off here and paint them black. But it's come up good. It's very, very clean. No damage. Yeah. It's going to be good. I may paint the calipers. I don't know. I don't know how far to go with it. It's one of those, you want it to be original, and whoever buys it may want to go through and do everything. So I don't want to just dodge things, you know what I mean? Just paint it for the sake of painting it with cheap paint. I don't know. We'll keep going, see how we end up. But for now, I'm very happy with that. I might do these tyres now so I can get the RS wheels back on it, clean them, and yeah, then we can start buffing the paint and doing a few touch-ups. So, cool. She's a beast.